Hello and welcome to this week's RNR with Rick and Ryan. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Rick.
Excellent. We just viewed the movie Justice League. Yeah. Anyway, we were promised our review 2 weeks ago, and begrudgingly, here it is. Wow. Justice League. What did you think of it, Rick?
Alright. First of all, let me say, there's a few things you come to expect from a DC film. Flaws on top of flaws on top of flaws. Things that should be there that aren't, and things that are there that shouldn't be. So get that out of the way. That's expected. The thing that stuck out the most for me, as far as not good, it seemed like a lot of the movie was on fast forward. Like it just seemed like the parts that were good went really fast, and the parts that were slow, the character development part, it didn't really seem to go as fast as the rest of the movie. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of the parts of the movie that could have been longer or rushed. Also, and the bit, let me start over with what stood out to me the most. Okay. That's what I just said stood out almost as much as what I'm getting ready to say. Alright. The CGI of this movie, to me, seemed as if like they got to the stage right before it was finalized and said, you know what, it's good enough, put it in the movie. I mean, it was like CGI from 10 years ago. And this shouldn't be that way. The humor was amped up in this, which was good for the most part. There were some jokes that I didn't really feel added to anything. It was just like, you know what, we need a joke here, so let's do it. The Flash character seemed excessively stupid at times. Other times he seemed like a valuable member of the group. Superman, not really in it for more than 15 minutes of the entire movie. Batman, Ben Affleck, I don't know why people do not like Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's great. I think he's the best Batman since Michael Keaton, honestly. Gal Gadot, I could pretty much watch just her by herself doing nothing. I don't know if her character really grew that much in this movie.
It dwindled.
Yeah. But she was there. She did her Wonder Woman thing. She was great, beautiful, whole 9 yards. Aquaman was surprisingly entertaining. Before I saw the movie, I was like, he's just there for, I guess, eye candy or whatever. But he actually added a lot to the movie, I feel.
Yeah. Go on.
Can I say I did not like the movie? No. Can I say I love the movie? No. I'm glad I saw it. Will I ever watch it again? Who knows?
Yes, you will.
I probably will. But it's not...
It's nothing special, right?
Yeah, it's nothing special. There. And why was Henry Cavill, or however you say his last name, Cavill, every time he was on camera, it was CGI. Like his face and everything.
Seemed a little off, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because they digitally removed his mustache.
Oh. Well, that was stupid.
Well,
Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered if they actually took time and did quality CGI work in the movie, but since it was like subpar CGI work, and it bothered me.
well, they were doing reshoots up until a couple months ago.
Huh.
Yeah, because Zack Snyder, daughter killed herself or something, so he exited the film. And,
Right.
And then Joss Whedon took over and did massive reshoots.
That's right. Yeah.
I could only imagine the turd sandwich that was original.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, okay. I'm going to give my 2 cents. This is my second viewing. I watched it for the first time last night, and oh my god. On the second viewing, it's a lot better. However, if you go in that movie thinking you're going to see something along the lines of the original Avengers, yeah, you got to give that shit up. This movie, and we've expressed this before, DC has had a small case of ketchup. And when I say small, I mean massive. They are years behind Marvel. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. So they're years behind Marvel. Marvel started their cinematic universe 10 years ago. 9 years ago, whatever. So basically, DC brought out The Dark Knight the same year that Iron Man came out, and that's the last time DC was ever ahead. And now they're playing years of catch up, and they're trying to skip 6 movies worth of material and trying to stuff it into Batman v Superman and Justice League. And ultimately, this movie suffers because there's no backstory for Cyborg. Even though they tell you what's going on, you really can't connect with that character in any way.
I enjoyed that character, actually.
Oh, he was good. I mean, he was a good actor and all that, and he did a good role, but beyond like, oh, okay, he was in an explosion, his dad put him back together. I don't really have any emotional attachment to that character, just like Aquaman, Flash, even though I know enough about the Flash from the TV show that you can kind of connect the dots, but you still really have no emotional attachment to any of the new characters in this movie. So that being said, I don't really know what the purpose of this movie was, other than they're setting up Darkseid for Justice League 2.
Right.
So hopefully there will be an Aquaman movie. I said Aquaman, that's fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully there will be a Flash movie and a Cyborg movie and the new Green Lantern, because I assume Green Lantern's going to be in the next one. Hopefully there will be enough solo movies to go around where when they bring Justice League 2, I will give a crap about these characters.
Right.
Now, I've seen the solo movie for Wonder Woman. She's great, but she really did take a step back in this movie.
She played second fiddle to, well, pretty much
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, and Aquaman.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, this was... I don't know. Is it bad? No. Is it good? No. Were the action scenes that good? No.
Another thing that bothered me, not to interrupt, but
No, it's fine.
while I'm thinking about it, the end, when they defeat Steppenwolf, it was just kind of, I don't know, anticlimactic.
Yeah,
And you're like, what? He's defeated all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the character Superman, but he's always going to have trouble in a movie. In any form. Superman 1 and Superman 2, Richard Donner's movies, he worked.
Yeah.
But after that, he hasn't worked because he's a demigod. He's unbeatable. It's hard to create conflict of anything of that sort. I mean, yes, he was killed in BB's Batman, Superman. God, I hate that title.
Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
Why do you hate it?
No, Batman v Superman. It's a court battle, right? My ass is warm. Now, he's killed by Doomsday, which, you know, Doomsday killed him in the comics, but there's nothing... You can't be cinematic with Doomsday because he doesn't really talk. He doesn't... and he just roars and shit. So there's not really many characters that are going to be able to go up against Superman and not be a big CGI mess. Because that's all this movie really was a CGI mess.
Yeah.
The parademons are really cool, but then again, they don't really have a purpose other than Steppenwolf's lackeys. Now, I do not read DC Comics. I don't read Marvel Comics. But there's a formula at Marvel, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
DC does not have a formula. DC has a real problem. Outside of the main DC roster that we just saw, they got some pretty messed up characters. And the villains are just as bad. The idea of Darkseid, I don't know much about Darkseid, but it sounds pretty damn cool. But we gotta hopefully see him in the next movie, and maybe he'll have a little backstory with it, because next summer we get the Avengers 3 with...
Yeah.
Who's the villain? His name is escaping me. Thanos. Yeah. But the thing is about Thanos, we've had, what, 6 years of, hey, Thanos showed up a little sprinkling of Thanos over the last 6 years. Well, it'll be 6 years since he showed up in the original Avengers. So you know enough about Thanos is he's gonna be a little more important than a guy who just kind of shows up. It's like, hey, I'm the villain of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? I'm just kind of ranting. I don't really have a point. This movie's not good. There, I said it. Not good.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not bad. I can't call it a bad movie. But
I'm gonna tell you, Zack Snyder paints a good picture, but there's zero substance to his pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, his movies look beautiful, but I mean, literally, each scene just really doesn't have much to it. They're trying to do too much too quick, and it's hurting.
And they have and pretty much every movie since Man of Steel, it's always been DC. Well, except for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, they got it right for some reason, but the other movies, it's like they have this potential, but they just never quite reach it. It's just something, I don't know why they can't figure out how to maximize their, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying it's like, it's they aim for the stars, but they only make it to the moon.
Yeah. And it isn't like they don't have a lot of time to get these scripts right. I mean, don't get me wrong. They want to catch up, and I understand. You want to be equal with your rival, but at the same time,
you should do it the right way.
You should. Like this is going to crumble. Even though, I guess at this point we are already in spoilers. End credit scene, they're sticking with that damn Jesse Eisenberg as Mr. Luthor.
Mm-hmm. But he's Lex Luthor Jr.
Yeah, but he's not strong.
Yeah.
There's nothing strong about Lex Luthor. Or Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. So they're going to just keep going with that. What we really needed to say is Jesse Eisenberg sucks, and he needs to be recast.
Well, they're going to have to recast Batman, right? Because Affleck's out after this movie, right?
Yeah. With Jake Gyllenhaal, allegedly.
Well, that's going to... All right, let's just tap one more nail in the coffin, DC.
Dude, I thought the same thing you did, but I'm like, I've seen Jake Gyllenhaal go places as an actor. My mind's just not working tonight. There's this movie where he played this photographer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
24-hour photo.
Oh, That was no.
No.
I think you meant to say 1 hour photo, and that was Robin Williams.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Lost Highway. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, he kind of went places there.
But as Batman?
Why not? I've seen weirder shit.
Okay, do it this way then. Batman now is they're playing the old
Weathered
Batman, and then they have him come in as the younger Batman.
I guess that's what they're going to have to do with these solo Batman movies. Because Matt Reeves is going to make the new Batman. I mean, Ben Affleck is fine as Batman. I don't dislike him as Batman. He's pretty good at it. But at the same time, they cornered themselves almost immediately with hiring an over 40 actor to play Batman. Like, the weathered Batman's fine and all, but Affleck doesn't want to do it no more. And in this movie, he, just kept going on how old he was and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you do?
Not that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't make the big bucks to make those decisions.
No, and if I'm going to tell you, we just talk about these movies. If we made one of these movies, I mean, you listen to the podcast. It's quite terrible.
Well, I still think that we could at least get some casting better than...
We do better casting, yes
Yeah.
we would.
We should be casting directors.
We could be casting directors. We see things. Rick, I have an idea.
Let's be casting directors?
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll start on Monday.
Alright. Alright. Yeah. So, I mean, there were some good parts, but not overall good. It was kind of a... yeah, kind of a whimper of a movie.
Yeah.
And,
I'm glad I saw it, but...
yeah, me too.
It's not a... It doesn't measure up to any of the Marvel movies. Put it
No.
that way. It's just not...
It's about even with Thor: The Dark World.
I don't even know if I'd do that. Yeah,
Thor: The Dark World's a big fucking mess, dude. I mean, there are some laughs to be had in that movie, and I mean, overall, it's enjoyable, but it's definitely the last of the Marvel films. It's just not the good ones. So they're about even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. They got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And now they're just going to keep getting into campier characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
I think they should stick with the main lineup. Add
The Green Lantern.
add Green Lantern, add
Don't they have like an Iceman character? That's not
Mr. Freeze or Dr. Freeze.
No. I'm literally just
Oh,
scanning.
Martian Manhunter. and
Yeah.
Stuff like that, but Hawkman, Hawkwoman, Hawkgirl,
Hawk
whatever.
Girl.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Oops.
Of course, Robin. Missing Robin.
No, you're not really missing them. Black Canary.
Black Canary. Yeah.
Supergirl. Robin.
Yeah, I mean, Supergirl. Yeah, why not?
Huh. Green Arrow. Why didn't we think
Green
of-
Arrow. Shit.
That's who I was trying to think of.
But yeah, you start. See, it's benefiting Marvel in a way to add the more, maybe the less known Avengers, because it helps them expand the universe more.
Mhm.
But with DC, I don't think they have a strong enough foundation
No.
to expand like that.
No.
I think it would just cause things to crumble down even more. Personally, if it was up to me, I would can the entire storyline right now and go back to the beginning and
Just keep making Batman movies. Because that's what works.
Well, they need to figure out how to make Superman work.
I don't think you can.
They did it before with Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, they did.
And so it could happen. Maybe it needs... Maybe tone down the CGI a bit and make it more an old school science fiction movie where it's more real. I don't know. I don't know what it needs. I don't know what the formula is to make Superman work on the big screen. Hell, even fucking Dean Cain worked as Superman on TV.
All right. Well, maybe he did. I didn't watch it.
It was a good show. I like the show.
I know our fan will be screaming Smallville, but I didn't watch Smallville.
I didn't watch Smallville either.
But you know, Superman flies. Superman does all these cool things. But the problem with Superman, he's just not beatable. And the only thing that can beat him, it'll just turn into a big mess. The Kryptonian criminals. I'm going to always refer back to Superman 2, because that's the most logical.
Yeah.
And I really love that movie a whole lot. It's my favorite Superman movie, and my favorite villain.
Zod.
Yeah. Yeah. Zod, Nod,
Ursa. Is it Ursa?
Ursula? Hoochie. The only problem with that movie is they all went down way too easy.
Yes. Yeah, that was yeah, they just kind of fell in the fog or whatever it was. I mean, nobody even said what happens down there. There's like a giant meat grinder that they...
Well, they all float.
Oh.
They all float down there, yeah.
So it was a teaser for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, an 8-year teaser. Coming soon. Well, like Freddy vs. Jason, they had a teaser at the end of the last Jason.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. The eventual sequel.
Yeah. I guess we'll ever get a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason.
No. That movie did pretty good money.
I don't like that movie. I think, personally, Freddy vs. Jason was probably the best out of either series.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just... Freddy was on point. Jason was on point.
Yeah.
The hot bimbos were on point.
Yeah.
The bloody, gory... even the comedy was there.
It had enough.
Yeah.
It had enough going on. Like, I'm down with this movie. But, you know, that was... How long ago was that? 14 years? I mean, you'll never see Robert Englund play Freddy Krueger again.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he's just too old. I mean, he's not... I just don't think he wants to do it anymore. I don't guess he's too old anymore.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell, they could CGI his face now if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Our new casting director job can go across the board. We can just call Robert Englund. Like, hey, we're going to give you about $10 million. You're going to play Freddy again. CGI. On your face. So you don't have to wear that shit no more.
Okay, where are we going to get the $10 million?
Someone will give it to us. I mean, they just gave Zack Snyder like $300 million to make the big piece of shit Justice League movie.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, come on. You can make a new...
Maybe we should have went to film school.
Maybe we still can. We're still youngish. You know, what do you think making a new Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert Englund would cost? If you pay him what, realistically, $2 or $3 million.
Right.
You give him $2 or $3 million, like, hey, check it out. You don't have to wear that shit no more. It's the new age, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can make that movie for $20 million. I guarantee you will make bank.
Oh yeah, at least that first weekend or so.
Well, yeah. Because horror fans are loyal. I mean, you don't want, what, $20 million? You'll make 50, 60 tops.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll make anything else.
It's a good turnaround.
Yeah. Hell, they're making those freaking what's his name? M. Night Shyamalan is making a killing now because he's making $3 million horror movies and making 60, 70.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. We haven't even talked about Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving's on Thursday this week, and yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. On a lighter note, it's my birthday on Saturday.
I know. We're
And-
gonna get you a male prostitute,
Oh boy.
or at least get you a tranny. Lie to yourself. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna cut it off here. Justice League. You know, it's just another fucking movie. It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Pretty
nothing
much
special
like
about
the
it.
rest of the DC
Yeah.
film movies. Shit.
Movie films.
Anyway, you know what we're trying to say. It's
Yeah.
nothing special.
No.
But yeah, check it out. Why not?
Or if you just want to go see Thor again, do
yeah,
that.
yeah. I want to do that. I'll go with you.
Go see Thor Ragnarok instead of Justice League. The least interesting Marvel character is so much better than all the DC characters combined. There you go.
Yeah. Oddly enough.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Rick, and this was RNR.
Bye.
It's simply the best!